bottom tier of the ACC, we are at Wake Forest, right? Their over under is 4.5 after a pretty tough year post Sam Hartman era. Um, yeah, it's tough. But I do think this is a potential bounce back year. You have a ton of upperclassmen for Dave Clawson there. You're bringing in Hank Bachmeier from Louisiana Tech. Um, but you're losing a lot of wide receivers. How do you replace those guys in an already struggling passing offense? Jamal Banks, Wesley Grimms, Keyshawn Williams, all guys going to Power Five football teams. How does that wide receiver room shake out? Who steps up behind Taylor Morin and Donovan Green, who I believe is still injuring his rehab or still rehabbing his injury? Hank Bachmeier throws the deep ball really, really well, right? Really, really well. Who can step up and catch those balls?
Yeah, I think it's going to be Donovan Green. That's my pick for that. Of course, he got injured before the start of the season. Like you said, he's rehabbing. Can he get back from injury? Is my big question. I don't feel great about this defense at all. uh, but if you can have some effectiveness on offense, unlike you had last year with Mitch Griffis, here's my thing too. Though I not the biggest Hank Bachmeier fan, TBH. In terms of, I'm not sure that he's going to be able to imitate the production that they're looking for in that offense. I'm not sure he's going to be able to do that. He didn't really do it at Boise State. I, he didn't really do it at Louisiana Tech either. What makes us think that he's going to do it at Wake Forest? Right? Is there something that I'm missing here?
Well, the whole thing is can he take advantage of, Donovan Green's deep ball ability, right? And because Mitch Griffis and everyone else, Santiago Mariucci, everyone else they tried it out last year, really, really struggled. So, he's got a good arm. He throws the deep ball well, right? His average depth of targets on deep balls is 29 and his grade 29 yards. And he grades out really, really well, right? And so that's, to me, you got to take advantage of that,
But do
especially
they
when
do they push the ball downfield though in that offense? Do they do that? In the slow read mesh, are they pushing the ball down the field?
well,
I
that's where I think
Sam
you,
Hartman was
you,
pretty good at it at times, but
to me, that sets it up perfectly for that play action, and you freeze everybody, and then you have time to get behind the defense. And I thought Sam Hartman did a pretty good job of that at times at Wake Forest, even though his arm, wasn't, the all-time greatest, but he was still pretty darn good at making decisions, throwing catchable footballs. Hank Bachmeier, I think at least can do that.
look, all I'm saying is you had Smoke Harris and Cyrus Allen at Louisiana Tech playing in the Conference USA, and I think he underperformed.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll see how he looks. To me, it was not the flashiest or most exciting transfer quarterback you could have gotten, right? But also, like, the reality is you got him, and that's who your quarterback probably is going to be this spring. And so, how does he look?
Yeah, and then my other thing is like in the spring, are we going to see an improved run game in practice? Are we seeing an improved run game in practice? It was terrible this last year. It was terrible.
Yeah.
It was terrible. You were, let's see, 88th in rushing yards per game. You were 111th in yards per attempt, but yet you ran the ball at a top 30% rate. So you were continually running the ball, knowing that it was not very effective. Well, that's
Well,
one, coaching malpractice. Two, just I guess with the slow read mesh, right? Like you can have RPO plays where there is a pass implemented in that, right? Where they take away your pass read, but still, like Wake Forest has never been a giant team on the offensive line, but they've been fast. And I don't know, like even with Kenneth Walker, right? When he was at Wake Forest, was he all that effective? Running the ball at Wake Forest? I'm not
he was
sure.
better at Michigan State than he was at Wake Forest,
Well,
and
yes,
their O line
yes.
wasn't great either. Yeah, I just think yeah, part of that is who you had a quarterback, and I was a Mitch Griffis fan, right? I think we both were. And it didn't
I
work
liked him in
out.
the spring game. I liked him in the spring game. Man,
Yeah. So we'll see. Hopefully better luck for Hank Bachmeier and our Wake Forest fans here.